Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's really good to have you here. My name is Gloria if you are new here, and this is my channel. I post about hair and sometimes I post about school. And yeah, it's just a space for me to express myself and just have fun. So welcome and welcome back if you haven't been here in a while. It's so good to be back. It's so good to be like giving you guys content again. I just thought I'd come back with another video, but this one is a little bit of a chatty video, so get comfortable. In this video I'm going to be answering some questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. So I asked if anybody has any questions, any natural hair questions on Instagram to do with all things natural hair and my natural hair, how I take care of it, etc. And I got a few questions, so it's going to be a quick video hopefully, but I hope you enjoyed nonetheless. And yeah, so just sit back, relax, and let's get into it. So the first question is, how do you retain length and stop breakage? The first thing is that I trim my hair every like 6 months or so. I try to do it twice a year. I've been quite bad this past year, but I've been doing a lot of protective styling. So that's the other thing that I do. If I'm not going to be trimming, then I'm going to be protective styling. Although one is not a substitute for the other. You should always be trimming your hair. And it seems a bit counterintuitive, but it's really, really good for getting rid of dead ends, and dead ends cause breakage, like they cause breakage in your hair, and so you want to get rid of them as much as possible, and that really helps your hair be bouncy and full and flourish. The second thing I do to retain length is I wear my scarf to bed as much as possible. Sometimes I forget, but if I'm not wearing my scarf, then I'm using a satin pillowcase, because the cotton on your pillowcase is very rough and it also is very drying. So you want to make sure that your hair is moisturized as much as possible every time you sleep at night, and it also prevents tangles if you use a scarf. So that's definitely one of the other things that I do. The third thing that I do is I avoid combs. So I only comb my hair when I'm washing it and detangling. And even then I start with finger detangling first, so I use my hands a lot, and then I go on to using the comb just to make sure that all the tangles are really out there. But the majority of the detangling process is done with my fingers and my hands, so that I can really feel where the knots are and I'm not just like yanking out, you know, chunks of hair with the comb. I also use a wide tooth comb as well. So those are the three things. And then of course retaining length means keeping moisture in your hair. So I try to make sure that my hair is very, very well moisturized, and just every day I'm constantly putting moisture in my hair because it loses moisture quite a lot. So I'm always moisturizing my hair, always making sure that it's nourished. Okay, so the next question is from Lebo. Hi Lebo, thank you for your question. What is my weekly hair care routine? So my weekly hair care routine really just depends on what's going on with my hair at the time. So if I have like a protective style, for example, the hair routine will be different from when I have my hair out and it's like in an afro, or if I've done like a twist out or whatever. But typically, say I've done a twist out, for example, I'll do it maybe on like a Sunday evening. I'll put in the twist on a Sunday evening, take the twist out on Sunday morning, and then be wearing my hair out throughout the week, right? But throughout the week, every morning, I make sure that I spritz my hair with water and follow up with a just like a light moisturizer. So I can use whatever styling cream that I use. Literally just rub it like usually on my ends and the rest of my hair, just to give it, you know, bounce, and just to refresh it. And then at night I don't retwist if I have like a twist out or a braid out of my hair. I usually just put it up in a pineapple put on my silk scarf, and then go to bed, right? So that's my like daily routine. And then after I've worn out the style, I will probably put it in a protective style up until I'm going to wash my hair. So I might put it in a bun, or like just tie it back or something like that. And I wash my hair every 2 to 3 weeks, or when I feel that it's necessary. So usually that's around about the 2 to 3 week mark, because that's when my hair is starting to feel itchy. My scalp has a lot of product buildup from the 2 to 3 weeks. And yeah, so that's how often I wash my hair. And when I do wash my hair, I also deep condition. So I will wash my hair. I like the Tresemme coconut. It's like a natural coconut range, and I'll like put a picture or something up here. But that's the one that I really like. And or I use the Organics shampoo. That's one of my favorites as well. So it really just depends what's happening with my hair, but for the most part, my weekly routine is moisturizing throughout the week. At night, covering my hair with my silk scarf, and then in the morning, just getting up, spritzing with water, put on like a moisturizer, rub it into my hair a little bit, and then go. The next question is, if I could use one product for the rest of my life, what would it be? Okay, that question is from Trevlin. Hi Trev, thank you for your question. Okay. What product would I use? Okay, it depends, right? If it's a natural product, like something you find in your kitchen, then coconut oil. And I know this is controversial because the natural hair community has kind of sort of cancelled coconut oil because people realized that it was actually breaking their hair, it wasn't working for them, etc. Yeah, so for me, I still really love coconut oil. It still works quite well for my hair, and it's the only oil that like I just love. It still works amazing. So that is the one product that I would continue to use as long as it continued to work for my hair. The second product that I would definitely continue to use is the Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie. Oh my gosh, like again, quite controversial because they had an ad previously that was very suspect that people weren't happy with, including myself. But their product works for my hair. It does amazing things for my hair, and I literally use the product up until I can see the bottom of the tin. Like, that's how much I love the Curl Enhancing Smoothie from Shea Moisture. So those are the two products. The next question is, what are my current favorite products, right? Or what are my current products is the question. I've just run out of my Curl Enhancing Smoothie. As I've said, that's one of my favorite products, but it's finished now. So my moisturizer or my styler right now is the Cantu Shea Butter Coconut Curling Cream, which is this one. I love this product, and it's a really nice, a very light moisturizer and styler. It's good for like twist out and stuff like that. And then in terms of like gel for my edges, I was using Aunt Jackie's, but as I said in a previous video, I realized that it doesn't really work for my edges. Nothing really works for my edges, to be quite honest, because they're 4C, and 4C edges just don't lay like other curl patterns, and it just is what it is. But when I do want that, like, you know, slayed and laid slayed for the gods kind of edges, then I use, well, I'm trying out the Palmer's Olive Oil Super Control Gel for Edges, which is this one. I've tried it quite a few times. It works as well. It has a really good hold, at least in the beginning. As the day wears on, it does, like, it doesn't hold as much, but you know, honestly, it's good for 4C edges. I think it does as much as any edge control probably will do. But if you guys know any other edge controls that work really well, then let me know. But those are my products. That's my styler. And then in terms of oils, I'm loving coconut oil. As I said, it's working amazing for my hair. I'm also loving Jamaican black castor oil. I just got my braids done and they were kind of tight initially, so I've been really conscious about taking care of my edges and making sure that they're nourished and that they're growing. And so I've been loving Jamaican black castor oil for that, so I use it almost on a daily basis. What else am I using? Honestly, I think that's it. In terms of my shampoo, I'm still using the same shampoo that I've always been using, the Tresemme coconut, I think it's called like coconut range or something like that. But as I said, I have a video on it as well, so I'll link it somewhere here. But that's the one that I use. I've been using it for ages. In terms of a deep conditioner, I recently tried the Shea Moisture Deep Conditioner, one of their deep conditioners. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I again used it up until I could see the end of the tin, like the bottom of the tin. It was amazing and it smelled so good. It also had like coconut and shea butter in there as well. So I will also link a picture or something so you guys can see which one I'm talking about. But that's what I've been using, and then that's about it. Like, I am a low maintenance natural. I'm also like a really cheap natural. So I try not to hoard products. I also don't have space in which to keep a whole bunch of stuff because I am a student. So I'm very minimalist with my products, but I'm very simple. If I find something that works, I stick with it until it's finished, and then I'll try something new. But I don't believe in like trying a whole bunch of products and wasting money and wasting time as well, and then just being more frustrated with the natural hair process. So if you find something that works for you, use that. So far I literally use about 3 or 4 products and I just stick to those. Okay, the next question is how do I keep my hair looking so juicy? That's from Nyasha Timbeza. Thank you, Nyasha. Oh my gosh, I don't know, like again, most of what I've already said applies to keeping your hair, you know, juicy and healthy and flourishing. Cutting it, well, not cutting, but trimming regularly, keeping it moisturized. As I said, for me, daily moisturizing is essential. And I literally use water. Like I have a spray bottle of water that's, you know, is next to my bed. It was like on my nightstand every morning when I'm getting ready, when I'm done. Like I just spray, put like a sealant or, you know, something to just seal in that moisture, and then go about my day every single day. No matter what kind of style I have, you know, bearing in mind keeping the style intact. But yeah, I just try to moisturize as much as possible, and that has done wonders for my hair. So that is what I would say works best to keep your hair looking juicy, is really about moisture. How long have I been natural? Okay, so I've gotten like 4 or 5 of those questions. How long have you been natural? How long have you been natural now? How long have you been natural? Like, I get that question a lot. And I think that's because people want to like find out how long you've been natural, so they can kind of gauge how long it'll take for their hair to get to where your hair is. And it's a difficult question to answer because, and I'm gonna say, but like, it's a difficult question to answer only because my journey is not going to be the same as your hair journey, right? So what my answer is not going to be a good indication of how long it's going to take for your hair to get to my length or even longer. It could take a shorter time for you to get to your to my hair length, or even longer if you want to, right? And if you're doing the right things. So, but anyway, that being said, I have been natural all my life. And everybody was like, oh, okay, so that makes sense. I'm gonna have to be natural all my life. No, you don't, right? I have been natural all my life. However, I haven't always known about how to take care of my hair, and I haven't always been on a natural hair journey all of my life. So I only discovered like this whole natural hair community in like 2012 or so, 2012, 2013. That's when I really started taking care of my hair seriously and like removing harmful products from my regimen, harmful chemicals, finger detangling, avoiding combs, avoiding things that damage my edges or damage my ends, except all of that stuff I only learned like 3 or 4 years ago. And so that's when I really started my journey. Had I known this stuff 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I'm sure my hair would be like, it would be like waist length now, right? But it's not, because I've only quite recently started really taking care of it. So so I say all of that to say that the hair journey is different for everyone, depending on what you're doing, depending on what you're putting in your hair, depending on what you are you are feeding it and how you're taking care of it, etc. And that really will determine how quickly your hair grows, as well as your hair pattern, because our hair, if you're 4C, is very, very sensitive. It's very prone to dryness, prone to tangling, and it takes extra care in order for it to grow long and in order for it to grow healthy and just to flourish, right? So all of that, take all of that into consideration. One of the questions actually which I didn't mention was tips for going natural, and my biggest tip is the journey is an individual journey. Don't compare yourself to another person who's natural. When I started, I was like on YouTube all the time, and there was hardly any 4C hair people on YouTube at that time. And all you saw were these like loose curl patterns, their hair was long, their products were reacting a certain way to, if their hair was reacting a certain way to the product, mine was not doing any of that stuff. So I would get frustrated and be like, my hair's never gonna get there. And so find what works for you. Be patient with yourself, have fun with every single stage. Like now my hair's a lot longer, but I wish I'd had more fun when my hair was a little bit shorter, because like, I don't know, I was kind of embarrassed and kind of self-conscious. So when it was at that awkward stage, I wasn't wearing it out, I wasn't styling it. But there's so many really cute styles that you can do with shorter hair. There's so much more freedom, there's just so much fun that you can have with it at every stage. So try to be to experiment, use it as an opportunity to express yourself differently, to just see like a different side of your style that you didn't know, and just have fun and do your research. That's another, researching into the right products and the right regimens and how to style it, and all of that stuff. So so thank you guys for all the questions. If you have any more questions, I would love to answer them. So just put them down below. Any other comments or questions that you may have, any videos, any suggestions that you may have of videos you'd like to see, let me know down below. I want to come back and bring more content. I was going to school full-time, and I was working basically full-time, 6,000 jobs to survive. So I didn't have time to make videos and edit and all of that stuff. But I am back, and I'm going to try and give you more videos and be more consistent. And so please let me know what you guys would like to see. Please subscribe, please share my videos, comment down below, click the bell down below as well. That will notify you as soon as I have new videos up. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.